by teasing they've decided to starve themselves, so now they're just two normally fat guys. And they're also still two big nerds that love talking everything from comics to cornflakes. This is Beyond the Routine with Chris, Jones, and some guy named Dave.
Hello, everyone. We are Beyond the Routine. I am Jones.
I am Chris.
And I'm Dave.
That's Dave over there.
That's over here.
Over there.
I'm right here.
You're over there.
I'm right here.
Well, to you, but to me, you're over there.
Okay. Just saying.
I think you're over there.
You're kind of.
See, Stoll says you're over there too.
You know
over there.
Whoa.
Like this is here.
We have haters. Somebody's already hating Stolls.
Whoa.
What's up with that?
Chris, what'd you do?
I hate Stolls.
Have you angered people?
He does. Jess says Dave's got his hater blockers on. That was when you were wearing your sunglasses.
Oh, yeah. Should I put that on? Yeah. Right there.
Awesome. All right. Let's see. Do we want to start the show with the giveaway? Tell everybody what we're giving away to the best comment of the show.
We're giving away Dave, folks. You get some guy named Dave.
Woo!
He comes with his electric charge
This
car
is the best
pack
thing we've given away ever.
Yeah.
I do have some requirements, though. I have a certain amount of caffeine I have to ingest daily.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
It's required.
If he stops bouncing at any given time, it's required. You have to feed him more caffeine.
Believe it or not, Mr. Jones here actually drew up a flow chart
Yes.
to what happens to Dave if he runs out of caffeine and what you must do in order to get the caffeine to Dave.
His butt sex in there at all? Ooh, is there a part of the flow chart where it gets so bad you have to take a caffeine suppository?
There's a lot of butt stuff going on Stolz's then. What the hell?
No, that's not something we put on there, Chris, because that really doesn't happen. But thank you.
Okay.
Does it happen to you?
You know, I found out recently. Never mind.
Not gonna go there.
I'm gonna stop while my head.
Stop while you're ahead.
Put the brakes on that.
This is getting really interesting.
Do you want to
really
pick something? You
fast.
want me to?
No, I'll pick something.
Okay. Stolz is gonna pick something out.
You haven't even picked anything yet?
Takaro, no, you don't get a free escalation.
Whoa. Yeah, no escalation. What are we talking about here?
I don't know.
We need to do faster than that.
Yeah. What about this Coochie Kubi?
While he's choosing, do we want to move on to the next?
Coochie Kubi?
Or what about this? Is Alicia watching?
Oh yeah. Alicia is not on that I see.
Oh. Well, I was going to say this. Top Trump's Collector's Doctor Who thing.
Did you say something about Trump?
Yep.
No.
Yes, you did.
Coochie Kubi?
Coochie Kubi it is. We've got the Coochie Kubi.
What's that from, Dave?
I have no idea.
Jones, do you know?
I have no idea.
It's from Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers, Coochie Kubi.
Yeah, the Coochie Kubi. It's a light-up Coochie Kubi.
It lights up, folks.
Yep.
All right.
I don't even know what the hell this thing
I think
is.
we got to have at least one more little something, right?
It's a green blob that apparently lights up. And it looks like you put stuff in its butt.
Dave.
Like right
Oh,
there.
you do put things in its butt.
Lying to
Yeah,
you.
it's got instructions how to put things in its butt right on the back.
It's right there.
Why do we have to continue with butt stuff? Throw the little bat in there for free.
The bat's in there for
Yeah.
free. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good stuff. That's the giveaway today, folks. It's not my fault.
Ooh,
You put
Juno said, ooh, Doctor Who.
Why in God's name do we have to now title the episode "You Put Stuff in Its Butt"? Because you know that's what's going to happen. The title of this episode is "You Put Stuff in Its
Only
Butt."
if someone makes a butt-related comment.
I guess that's true.
Which
That
they're more
will
than
never
welcome.
happen. No one's going to mention a butt-related comment.
Right.
They're more than welcome to make
Not
butt-related
possible.
comments.
Okay. Let's start off with our favorite segment.
They can barely remember the last segment, but for some reason want to talk about last week. Don't worry, it won't take long. This is Week in Review on Beyond the Routine.
So the Coochie Kubi and me have something in common.
Is that you both?
We both like to put things in our butt, apparently. So far, I believe that's the winning comment.
Is that
far
what we got?
Yeah.
Put things in the butt, huh? Okay.
Juno did what? Put something in your butt?
What?
I said I like loose stoles.
What?
What?
Oh, all right.
It's getting really weird.
Week in
really
review.
fast here.
Let's dive into this feat first, should we?
Yes.
So really overall, as far as stuff going on in the week, not a lot on my end. Dave made a comment about me making a purchase and not using it when he's used this.
you movie pass slacker.
I'm paying to keep them them open, Dave.
Pass slacker.
It's because of people like me that they're still in business.
Slacker.
They're still in business, Dave.
Slack.
No, so yeah, Dave and I both made the movie pass purchase about the same time.
I've already used it 4 times.
There was a nice deal on it, and we purchased. Dave, see, and this is where we differ. And Stoles, maybe you can be the tiebreaker here, maybe you can't. I don't know, but do you go to movies solo? Would you go to movies solo?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, I've gone to like half the movies I've gone on Movie Pass solo.
Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Why not?
It's a physical impossibility.
Why
for me.
not? It's just a really big.
Do you watch a movie at home solo? Okay, let's dive off this cliff because I never understood it. Do you watch movies by yourself at home solo?
all the time.
Well, hold on. Not just if that's all I'm doing. If I'm literally sitting down to watch a movie, I'm usually never alone. If I have it on while I'm doing other things, like if I'm, back in the day when we worked from home, I would watch a movie, have a movie playing while I was working, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But
we call that working.
yeah, quote unquote.
Yes.
Back in the previous to my current employer days.
I still haven't hooked up my TV in my office.
Oh, I had a picture-in-picture monitor, so I could.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it was. But yeah, the I don't know. I feel kind of, and I'm not gonna say that I've never watched a movie at home alone, but it's not something I do regularly. And literally, like, the thought of going into a movie theater by myself and just sitting there watching a movie gives me kind of like anxiety.
Juno says it's depressing.
And I think that's a little
Would you
bit
go
of why.
eat by yourself at a restaurant?
No, never, not either. See, and that's the other thing Dave says is he goes and does that all the time, and I'm guessing you do too.
I pull out the book. I pull out the.
I don't go all the time. The restaurant's probably less than the movies, but I've gone to eat at a restaurant.
So here's the thing: is
myself?
I will go,
Definitely.
I will go pick up food for myself, because, and bring it back to my house and eat it. But I won't ever go sit down by myself in a restaurant.
See, I don't see why. Because my kids are both out of the house and don't want to go hang out with Dad. I mean, they do every once in a while. It's not like I always.
Oh no,
do
I fully
once.
agree. I have a
Right.
lot of reasons to go into a restaurant by myself
Yeah.
because my family doesn't like 90% of the food that I
Right.
like.
But you won't go do that by yourself.
I just go pick it up and bring it back. So sitting there by myself, like I said, the thought of it gives me anxiety. Like I'm just like,
I just sit down at the table and I pull out my phone and read a book while I'm eating, or watch a video.
Jones, let Jones. You have been married too long.
Yeah, Juno went off on like some he shorted out for a second. Like the only time I have ever gone to a movie on my own is when I really wanted to see it and I have no one to go with. Oh, Juno, I'll go to movies with you, bud.
But no, I mean, this is the reason that Dave and I bought the movie pass together and one of the reasons I did. I came to Dave and said, "Are you going to do it?"
Yes.
And Dave said, "Yes, he would." And plus, Jesse already has it.
Oh, I'm just fucking chopped liver. I already got movie pass. Jesse's already got movie pass, but Dave has to get movie pass for Jones to get it.
Are we gonna do the marathon? By the way.
When is
We
it?
got to do that. I think it's.
It's like this
I gotta
week.
find the AMC.
Is it this
thing.
week this
I don't
time?
know when it is.
It's already done, dude.
No, it's not.
The movie's out, isn't it?
Infinity
Didn't
War?
it come out the 24th?
Infinity War comes out on Thursday. Night.
This tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
Comes out
My
tomorrow.
wife called it Xfinity War.
I don't think they did it at this AMC theater. I looked for it and I couldn't find it.
Yeah, my wife called it Xfinity War.
Xfinity
they
War.
don't.
That's what
Oh
it
no,
was.
that's nothing. I've been like when I've been searching for the pops, I've caught myself saying Affinity War
Really?
because of our frickin' yeah. So, anyways,
That's awesome.
they give me this weird look, and I'm sorry, Infinity War, and they're like, oh yeah,
Dude, you have to Photoshop a bunch of the set guys into the things and call it. You could do like Steve's whole team, and then call them the Infinity War.
that's awesome. All right, so anyways, back to that week in review. So yeah, I haven't used my movie pass yet. I'm an ultimate failure apparently. But I am keeping Movie Pass in business because I'm not costing them any money and I paid them some. So,
I find I only use it like once a month, maybe twice a month. If I go twice a month, I get my money's worth.
and we should probably make a story out of this, but seeing how we're on the subject, I'll just go into it. Have you seen the changes they're coming out with?
Of what
so-
changes?
The way Movie Pass is, they wanted to make money, didn't work out. They always had a plan to sell data, as part of making the money, as a way to make money, for their business to make money, was to sell consumer data, right? So you go and they can tell basically
Where you
what
were
show,
before the movie,
what show you purchased,
after.
right? Yeah, what show you purchased, and what the demographics are of people liking what shows, right? That's what they wanted to sell. Well, then they started to realize that the numbers weren't adding up, right? They were a little bit skewed, things were skewed and everything else. So what they're realizing is that people are choosing showtimes and movies that they aren't actually going to see. They're fudging the system a little bit and buying a different, possibly future dated tickets and things like that, right?
So there's a couple ways. One of the ways you could fudge the system is you go to the kiosk.
Yeah.
Just go to the kiosk 4 days in a row, and on the 5th day, my whole family gets to go to the movie for free.
Yeah, exactly.
But the problem is that you better hope that no one sits next to you, right? So
yeah, you got to make sure you get the same seat every time. Yeah, nobody else picks your seat. But yeah, that's what they're finding is people are just finding all kinds of ways to fudge the system, and so their numbers are skewed. So what they've actually rolled out with in limited release right now is you cannot get your card loaded with cash until you you have to take a picture after purchasing your ticket. You have to take a picture of your ticket and upload it to MoviePass, so they validate that the ticket.
Did you hear about this from a guy at work?
Yeah,
Yeah, because I heard about it
Yeah.
from him too.
and I read up on it afterwards. Jesse hasn't had it rolled out either. A couple other people said they haven't had it rolled out either to them. But when I read out, it's a limited thing they're doing now, and then eventually it will be rolled out to everybody.
That's kind of a pain in the dick.
And then I said, I asked this our coworker that's having it happen. I says, but is it enough to make you not use MoviePass anymore? He's like, no, absolutely not. So yeah, it's just a way for them to ensure that it's closing loopholes, right? People are finding loopholes, they're closing them, plain and simple.
One of the things I think you were saying, Jesse, but I think hopefully Mr. MoviePass CEO is not listening. But one of the things that Jesse does is on a $5 Tuesday. It's all $5
Yeah, so
at
does it matter?
Megaplex. So Cinemark charges you the upgrade. So they'll charge you $5, and if you go to a 3D movie, they charge you the upgrade. Megaplex doesn't do that; they just straight $5.
Right.
So if he wants to see a 3D movie on a Tuesday, he'll go buy a ticket for a different movie in
he'll choose
the
2D,
app,
but he'll buy the 3D.
and then buy the 3D version of it.
But it's still $5.
Right, the cash, but that's not their problem. The problem is never the money thing. The problem is the demographic thing, right? They're not
Right.
getting the
They're
not
getting
getting the actual
skewed,
thing. So
right.
if you took a picture, if you bought like 2D and took a picture of a 3D, but it was still the same movie title, you're probably not going to happen. But I asked Guy, have they said what happens if they catch you? And they said, yeah, your movie pass becomes suspended.
Gotcha.
You get your movie pass suspended for X amount
Jones
of time.
paying for movie passes like people paying for gym passes.
Fact, right? And I think that's what they thought. That's what they were hoping.
Yeah.
Hi, Emily. Hi, Aunt Dar.
And the gadget intern is guilty of this. This not the gym thing, but guilty of the overall paying for things and not using it on so many levels. He has so many subscriptions, so many things out there that he's paying for that he's just not
Hardly
using.
ever uses, yeah.
And I think that's what the MoviePass people were kind of banking on as well. And then all of a sudden they find out, wow, people in this country are lazy. You give them the opportunity to see something for free and not have to do anything for that, ooh, they're going to take advantage of it. So, except for Jones.
Apparently. Have you used it
Yeah.
yet?
At all?
Have you used it at all?
Whoa, Jesse's saying we're calling him out here. We are, Jesse. We're calling you out.
Sorry,
on record.
Jesse. We didn't mean to name
Dear
you.
Mr. Movie Pass, my friend Jesse.
It wasn't
So-
like that. It was just an example. We should not have used your name.
It's
It's a
all
horrible
good.
person.
Well, let me grab his address real quick.
What we need to do is take his picture and no.
Wow.
So, continuing on, we can review. Reminiscent. This morning, I realized I didn't have another audiobook. I finished the one I was listening to yesterday. Finished it up. Didn't get another one loaded on my phone.
Okay.
Hate the morning commute without listening to something, and music just wasn't going to cut it.
You didn't just like pop on X96 to get like super pissed off like I do
I don't,
sometimes?
No, I don't do any of the radio shows or anything like that in the morning. So I thought, you know what?
What happened to Bob and Tom?
They're gone. I have no idea. I haven't been able
Really?
to find them. Yeah, K-Bear doesn't run them anymore. I don't know who's running them now, if anybody anymore. But yeah, so I go into the stream.beyondtheroutine.com
Okay.
and I listen to
Where did you go?
stream.beyondtheroutine.com
What's that?
8000/live.
Or
Link
I bet
to
you could
follow.
get to it directly from our
Right.
website.
Directly from
right
our
at the
website,
top.
saying listen to us 24/7.
So if you're an office worker and you want some BTR, you would go to...
BeyondTheRoutine.com and click the link at the top.
He said shamelessly plug it in the thing.
I did.
It says shameless plug.
Yes. Shameless plug 24/7 stream. So what? Like I said, we get a good amount of listeners on the live here enjoying us, but you can enjoy us 24/7, all the past episodes. So a lot of these new listeners that are out there that we've got can really enjoy some of the old stuff.
There's some freaking gold out there too.
Good episodes, and we're all the new episodes get uploaded to there as well, and we put it in the mix. But it's it's just a kind of like an electronic DJ we have that cycles through all of our back catalog. And the one I was listening to this morning was when PS4 had initially announced their VR.
Okay.
And we did a review on it, right? And we were talking about that, and there was, oh man, it was just like so much gold. There was a lot of good things there. I was laughing. People were probably looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm like laughing my ass off in the car driving into work, and it was good.
Even better, you're pretty much just laughing at yourself.
Yeah, this is what it was. I was just laughing. Yeah,
He's just like, damn, that gravelly voiced guy sounds good looking.
I love it. That's good stuff.
Was that a dig, Jesse? I think that was a dig.
What was the dig?
He says, it's cool as long as no MoviePass employees are watching this highly viewed internet radio show.
You were supposed to put air quotes around the word highly.
Yeah.
Hey, we have 8 people. One of them might be the MoviePass CEO.
You never know. Don't judge us, Jesse. Awesome.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that's it's good. And like I said, I mean, there's so many out there and so many that I can think of that I've I listened to time and time and again, and just they never get old. Laughs a million, basically. But what's up, Megan? Thanks for joining.
Woohoo!
And Stoll's joined. That's kind of cool. Way to join, Stolz.
Solidarity.
What up, Gadget Intern? Eric has joined. What segment are we starting with, Stolz? Remind me again.
We can review for everybody else.
How about everybody else get a chance?
Oh yeah, sorry. You guys.
I went to a concert.
You did. You went to Chris Webby.
Chris Webby. I drove. Oh, I didn't drive. Jessica drove. Big shout out to JJP.
Who was that?
He's a rapper.
That's why I don't know who that is.
He's a rapper from Connecticut. And he's white.
There's rappers in Connecticut?
And he's white.
Dude, there's actually two really dope rappers from Connecticut. Chris Webby and this guy called Apathy.
Oh, God,
Apathy's
I think
awesome.
we're frozen. Why did we freeze?
And he's from Connecticut as well. When I met him...
Are you showing we're
am.
frozen? Why in God's name are we always frozen? Hold on.
But anyway, so let me
keep
just
going.
go off on the concert here.
Yeah.
So when I met him, so we got to meet him. So we get there. I won't go through the whole trip, but the trip was in Grand Junction. So we get there, we eat at a local brewery, and then we go to check into our Airbnb. And we're running like way behind at this point, right? Like the thing's supposed to be at 6:30, and it's like 6 that we get to the Airbnb. So I'm really worried that we're not going to miss this thing, right? So we hop in an Uber because we Ubered everywhere because we were going to get sloshed. So we hop in an Uber, and we head down to the thing. We meet him, and then after the meet, I meet the guy. He's very, very nice, very down to earth. And after
was he pretty fly for a white guy?
He was pretty fly. No, I immediately go. He was very humble. Like I immediately go up to him and I'm like, dude, how does it feel to be the hardest dude from a state? Like you're just like your music is so awesome. It's just And he's like, actually, Apathy's from Connecticut too, and he's one of my favorites. And like he's a super humble guy. He signed CDs for me, Brian, and Brad. And then we go out to smoke my e-cigarette, and they won't let us back in the venue. They're like, we're closing the doors until 8 o'clock. You can come back then. I'm like, well, shit, I was about to get drunk. So I'm like, all right, let's hop in an Uber and go back to the Airbnb, and we'll save like $100, right? So like we get in there, we go back to the Airbnb. We went like hard for like an hour and a half, and then got back in an Uber and went back a thing. Some of us were drunker than others. I don't think he's watching, but like Brian immediately gets cut off, like immediately. Like as soon as we get back to the thing, cut off.
Wow.
So it's like, oh, okay. And so I'm like, but I know I'm just as drunk as Brian, so I'm trying to play it cool, because I don't want to get cut off. But I did not get cut off. The concert was awesome. He played all the songs that I wanted him to play, and then we came back the next day. We were only there for less than 24 hours. Julie got drunky pants. Whew.
Wow.
I saw Julie in a level of drunk that I haven't seen in a while. Like, Julie is a pretty fun drunk for the most part. Even when she's, like, obnoxious, she's still pretty fun to be around. But there's a Julie drunk that, like, you know that she wants to be, like, right by her bed, and she is so upset that her bed's not right there because she is, like, ready to pass out. She completely shuts down and gets completely silent. So it's like, I'm like, honey, and she's just like, ugh. I'm like, oh, we need to get back to the Airbnb. She's going to sleep on the street.
Jessica would like you to talk about racism in the liquor store.
Oh, yeah. So this is actually a pretty interesting story. I feel like if I could go back, this lady was already being a bitch to other customers. So I think that we wanted to get liquor and we wanted to get to the Airbnb, so we didn't want to cause a scene. But we go to this liquor store. We get in the liquor store, and Brian and Emily had got there previous. So they're in the liquor store already. So we walk in, and Brian is walking out of the bathroom and is like, yeah, I just took the biggest shit. You know, I don't think she heard him, though. But, like, he's very much like they had both gone to the bathroom. Emily and Brian had both gone to the bathroom in this liquor store. So we proceed to look around the liquor store. Found some amazing deals on liquor. It was awesome, unlike Washington. And, like, I got a big old bottle of flavored vodka, like the big, like, 1.5 liter bottle for $22.
Nice.
Such a good deal.
Nice.
So we get everything, and then we go to check out, and Jessica's like, and hopefully I'm telling this in the right order, but Jessica's like, hey, can I use the bathroom? And the lady's like, no, we don't let customers use the bathroom. So they let both Emily, white, and Brian, white, use the bathroom, but then the Mexican chick asked for their key, and she's like, no, we don't let customers use it.
Was this liquor store chain owned by Starbucks?
So it was. So we tell Yana this story, and Yana immediately is like, "It's just like Starbucks." Yeah. So I didn't even know about that whole Starbucks thing, but like, because I knew about the Starbucks getting arrested thing, but I didn't know about the Starbucks bathroom thing. And Yana's like, "It's just like Starbucks." So yeah, and you know, I love Jessica, and I think she'll agree with this. Jessica is an outspoken individual, and I would fully expect her, under normal circumstances, to be like, "What the fuck, bitch?" Like. Pardon my French, but like, yeah. So, but we were in a rush, and she didn't want to cause a scene. But she got racially profiled in the liquor store in Colorado.
In Colorado.
Do you think that was I mean, it might not have been a racial thing. It might be that the fact that Brian came out and was like, "Oh, I just took a fat shit," like that might always, you know, maybe she's like, no one's.
Did
allowed
they
to use
have
it
to?
anymore.
Is it locked or something? Or did?
Yeah,
Brian...
there was a key. So they had to ask for the key.
Okay.
Brian came out and gave the key to the lady, and then Jessica asked for the key, and she said no.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty hard.
You should have asked for the key and then given it to Jessica.
Maybe. I guess so. It was a messed up situation.
That ding was you, by the way.
Yeah, it's Juno. He's sending me shit. Why are you sending me shit, Juno?
All right, let's start with tech news. What did you do this week? Sorry.
I just got the yard ready. Got the garden. I planted some stuff in the garden.
Oh yeah, I haven't
did
planted
the
anything
garden.
in the garden yet.
Yeah.
I got the sprinklers turned on.
Okay.
And then all of my parking strip sprinklers were busted.
Okay. So I ripped out all the weeds out of the garden. I tilled up the garden, got it all tilled up, and then I planted a blackberry bush, a raspberry bush, a couple of tomato plants, and some sugar snap peas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, luckily the people that installed fiber in my neighborhood came back and fixed the sprinklers for free because they're the ones that busted them.
Oh, nice.
They came back within like a day.
Oh, I guess we could talk about
You have
brunch.
fiber now?
No, there's fiber in the front of my house, but they haven't hooked it up yet.
Okay.
So I will
But you're
have
going to
fiber
have
at the end.
fiber.
Yeah, I should be able to get Utopia by the end of the summer.
That's cool.
I think I'm going to go with X Mission. So I didn't know that. Like, you don't pay Utopia. Did you know this? Utopia, you pay for. It's just like when you pay CenturyLink for X Mission. You pay CenturyLink like $10, and then X Mission you pay for your internet service. It's just like that with Utopia.
Yeah.
Utopia is just the backbone. I don't actually pay Utopia. I didn't know that until recently.
Yeah.
So there's like 12 or 15 different ISPs I can go through.
Yeah, you can choose your ISP with those things. That's the one downside about Google Fiber is you can't do that. You have to use Google as your ISP.
So I'll have to call them and find out what their bandwidth usage and all that stuff is.
I know I exceeded my bandwidth usage last week.
We did.
Xfinity?
I got the Xfinity. You've exceeded your 1 terabyte bandwidth limit for the month, and it was like the 15th.
Hey, Dave.
I was like, oh crap! I think I need to turn down the torrent stuff. Maybe
Hey,
just
Dave.
a little bit. Yeah.
Jesse would like me to remind you that in his week in review, he went scuba diving in one of the largest U.S. aquariums with a bunch of sharks.
Such an asshole.
Wow. Now, see, is he being asshole-ish, Dave?
Yes, now he is being asshole-ish. Because I wanted to do that. I'm the one who mentioned it. I'm the one who brought it up, and he's the one who did it without me.
Jesse Warmott, no, you are not the only woman here. Jessica, say hi to Jesse. Yeah.
But not the other Jesse. There's too
Not,
many.
yeah, too many.
There's too many Jesses in the.
Just. All right. Juno, I apologize. You wanted us to talk about this news story. So Juno submitted
Tech news.
a tech news story. So let's start with this.
Just in case you forgot, they're nerds before anything else. And just like you, they love technology. It's time for Tech News.
Juno has submitted a story about DNS, the Internet's directory. Nearly everything on the Internet starts with a DNS request. DNS is, of course, what the Internet uses for a directory. You click a link, open an app, send an email, and the first thing your device does is ask the directory, where do I find this? Unfortunately, by default, DNS is slow and insecure. Your ISP and everyone else listening in on the Internet can see every site you visit and every app you use, even if the content is encrypted. Creepily, some DNS providers sell data about your Internet activity and use it to target you with ads. So, when you go and browse to various places doing some shopping and things, this is what's happening. So there's an alternative now. 1.1.1.1. It's the new DNS, where they won't log you, it'll speed up your internet, it'll make you breakfast in the morning after a long, passionate night of lovemaking with it.
What?
So you just have to put 1.1.1.1 as your DNS provider, or what?
He's going to tell us.
Yes, I'm telling you that now.
Hold on a second.
My bad.
So, we built 1.1.1 to be the Internet's fastest DNS directory. Don't take our word for it. The independent DNS monitor, DNS Perf, ranks us the fastest DNS in the world.
Wow.
Since nearly everything you do on the Internet starts with a DNS request, choosing the fastest directory across all your devices will accelerate almost everything you do online. So the average ISP has a 68.23 millisecond response for DNS. Google's public DNS is half of that. Cisco Open DNS is even a little bit less at 20.6, and 1.1.1 has 14.8 milliseconds.
Wow.
So setting up 1.1.1.1 takes 2 minutes and requires no technical skill or special software. Even if you're a computer novice, pick your device below, and the easy easy to follow setup guide will guide you through it. So yeah, essentially, just go through and set your DNS to primary is 11111 and secondary is 1001, and then they also have IPv6 addresses in here as well to use if you're currently utilizing.
And you do that at
IPv6.
your router or your device. You could do it at either, right?
Yeah, either one. If you're using your router as your DNS address, then you'll want to set it up on your router. But yeah, otherwise you can just use your device to go direct to.
Cool.
That IP address. We'll post a link to this on the on our Facebook page.
Now they're going to start selling your information.
Right.
To MoviePass.
To MoviePass.
But he's not using it, so we're good.
And Juno has posted it in the comments as well, so check it out there, folks. Yeah. Cool, Juno. That's awesome. We're gonna give it a shot. How long have you been using it? If Juno, and have you really noticed a huge difference, or what's going on? Give us the 411.
Will make my microwave internet go faster.
Couldn't hurt, I'm sure. All right, what do you got in tech news, Stoles?
Amazon is going to start delivering to cars.
Delivering to cars?
Yes, delivering your delivery your packages directly to your car.
Oh, and Julie's here, so we have another girl.
Amazon's latest perk is free delivery to your car. The Seattle company on Tuesday began offering delivery in 37 cities to Amazon Prime members who own newer General Motors or Volvo vehicles. So basically, there are certain vehicles that use something called Amazon Key, which is a Wi-Fi connected lock to unlock the.
No.
Wow! Hold on, I'm intrigued.
Hold on.
Do you know what that means? That means somebody can hack your car and break.
Yeah.
into
So
Wi-Fi
okay, if
key.
your car,
Amazon Key is the thing that they did for the house. So now they're doing the same thing, but for cars.
yeah, and it's if your car is Wi-Fi enabled, somebody's gonna hack the fucking thing if they want to, regardless of.
Yeah. Have you seen every single
Fast and the Furious movie?
or every single DEF CON for the last like 10 years. It's
Yeah.
all about hacking the cars.
Interesting.
You can already hack them. You might as well just let someone in that's the Amazon guy.
Just
Do it. Come on.
Dude, I'm going to hack your car.
You know, that's the good thing about me. I don't have a car newer than 2010. My car doesn't even know what Wi-Fi is.
Your car still has a computer.
It has a computer. There's no Wi-Fi. There's no way to interface with it except plugging into it.
Because
Bluetooth? Does it have Bluetooth?
No.
Really?
No.
Nothing?
My car is not of today's technology, Dave.
Jones, you need to upgrade because I really want to hack into your car.
Obviously.
So basically, you can use the Amazon key. The Amazon key is getting expanded to include cars.
Ooh, and Juno updates us that there is a live camera you can watch while they're putting the package into your car. So once they get to your car, it alerts you, and you can go view a live camera feed to see what they're doing in your car.
Yep.
So you know if they're doing something they shouldn't be doing in your car.
Correct.
Dirty.
I was thinking about that Seinfeld episode when he parked his car at the one
The
parking
BO.
area.
You check it for
Well, there's the
Amazon
BO one,
key and
and
car.
then there's the one where he had it at the parking lot, and they were using it as the back seat as a
Oh,
brothel
yeah.
area.
Brothel
Yeah,
thing.
that was-
Yeah, I remember that
That's
one,
not
too.
okay.
What about the one of my favorite ones is when they go by the air conditioner? That's one of my favorite
Oh.
Seinfeld episodes of all time, dude.
They can't find the car.
They can't find the car.
They can't
Yeah.
find the car.
And
in
like
the
she has the
parking lot.
fish at the very beginning of the thing, and by the end of the day, like
He's like,
the
it's not looking
fish
good.
is dead.
It's not looking.
So
Kramer goes and
hilarious.
pees in the corner and gets arrested.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
That's
a great episode. And you know what's funny is
Oh man.
Seinfeld, in a way, was kind of the inspiration for this show. Right? Back when Jesse and I first started talking about it.
A show about nothing.
Yeah. You know, that's what we reference is like Seinfeld, you know, that whole pitch that they did about a show about nothing and told about, you know, just telling stories and this is what we're doing right now. This is a show. And Jesse and I are like, when we're sitting around BSing, we're laughing our ass off telling all kinds of funny stories. That could be a show, right? And so everything else. So yeah, that Seinfeld episode is part of the reason the BtR is here today.
Jesse's like, but
But we talk
but
about.
I feel
stuff.
like in the future there's gonna be a guy named Chris, and he's
Man.
gonna ruin everything.
This Purvis character has got it in for you. They use Stolz's back end for a brothel. Wow.
They actually do. They just go in there. Two people behind me are like $20, and then they go do it in my butt. Huh. Yep.
Awesome.
All right, and then another Amazon related story because I cannot possibly have enough of Jeff Bezos in my life. Jeff Bezos showed up to Berlin and got picketed by his own employees and booed
Wow.
because in Berlin the working conditions are a lot better than here. In fact, all the Amazon workers are in a union, the Verde Trade Union, and they're basically saying that they want Amazon to not bring its practices, how they treat people here, their employees here, over to the Europe. In fact, it says, hold on, there's a quote here. Let me find this. I can't find the quote.
Hey, gone.
Oh, here we go. Verde boss Frank said, "We have a boss who wants to impose American working conditions on the world and take us back to the 19th century."
Wow.
Shots fired at American working
cow.
conditions.
How
Yeah.
bad are the working conditions at Amazon?
Dude, have you read any of this stuff
No,
lately?
no.
It's starting to blow up, dude. Like, so they are apparently like their warehouse workers are like kept to such strict schedules that when they get their 15-minute break, like they have to walk like 7 minutes to get to the bathroom, go to the bathroom, and then 7 minutes to get back, and they're constantly late, so they get docked. And like, yeah, there's been a bunch of articles about it, just the warehouse workers recently.
Good heavens.
That's crazy.
That's out
There
of
was some guy recently that found a jar. Oh yeah, that was the thing is they were saying that they had to piss in bottles. These workers have to pee in bottles because they don't have enough time in their break. And there was a guy in one of the Reddit things was like, I got a half-eaten, half-drink yellow Gatorade once in my Amazon package, and I didn't think anything of it. I just threw it away and thought I was a worker, but I wonder if that was a jar of piss. But yeah.
Wow.
So that's all I have in tech news. The other thing, yeah, that's all I have in tech news. I have a future tech story about a scrotum transplant.
Oh, yeah, let's get into this one. Hold on here. Future
I saw
tech.
that. That's the veteran, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes me really not want to make fun of the story, but
From dreams to reality, it's time to look at futurology, the newest developments and coolest stuff that hasn't even been invented yet.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
strap on your jetpacks and fly to the future with Chris and Jones.
After this, there is no turning back.
Daryl V. Long moves into the lead for the best comment.
I shaved my balls in preparation for this topic. Oh, Daryl. So, out of Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore, veteran injured in Afghanistan first to receive total penis scrotum transplant. So the Johns Hopkins reconstructive surgery team has successfully performed the world's first penis and scrotum transplant. The transplant recipient is a veteran who sustained injuries in Afghanistan. It took 14-hour surgery. We are hopeful this transplant will help restore near normal urinary and sexual functions to this young man.
Oh, so fully functional.
Right? Which is, yeah. So that is the thing. Like, I thought it was just like, okay.
How did they test?
So I don't know.
How will they test?
Well, obviously they tested it because it's confirmed as it's working now, right? They confirmed.
Well, they're hoping.
They're hoping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're hoping.
Okay.
So the penis and scrotum came from a deceased donor, and so here's okay. Let me just get all the jokes out of the way.
Wait, I have one more question before we go any further.
Does he get a pick? You think?
Is it an upgrade?
Okay, so that's the jokes, right? Like, is it an upgrade? Did he get a pick? Is he like circumcised, uncircumcised? Like, did he get a? Was he circumcised before and now he's uncircumcised?
He wants to try out the non-circumcised.
What
now?
if he's Jewish and like he was circumcised at birth because he's Jewish and now like the only penis that they could get him is an uncircumcised one?
Do you go with?
I think you have that backwards, right? Like they're not circumcised.
No,
at birth. Jews
are circumcised. Yeah, the moil is the one that does the circumcision. Yeah, this guy. I feel like this guy could really become famous, dude. Because there's like I have a lot of fucking questions.
You want to get him?
I have to ask. Why do you have that many questions?
It's an interesting
Is this a
subject.
consideration for you?
Do you want to get him on the show? You're gonna reach out and say, hey.
Oh yes, get him on the show. That would be awesome.
Juno's like, does he get handed like a book of dicks? It's like, here, pick one of these.
Yeah, exactly. Like, too spotty, curves to the left.
I want to see it in functioning mode.
Yeah, exactly. Is it like a non-functioning functioning mode picture? Do you think? Now, here's the real question. Do you think that the guy that donated his organs ever thought his penis would be one of the organs that they took?
Does it make you reconsider? Are you an organ donor?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to have any use for it when I'm dead. If somebody else wants to use it for a while,
fact.
Didn't have any use for it when you were alive. Ba-dum-bum.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, I do. I don't know. It's called a bris. Yes, it is called a bris. That's an interesting. Like that came out of nowhere. Like some of these, like the face transplant one. Like I was like, oh, that's so cool. But like the penis, I was like, what? This is a thing?
This is a thing now? Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Be weird if it was a white guy with a big black dong.
Exactly. Do you think they match skin color?
Right?
Well, we went there. I knew that was gonna go. I knew somehow we were gonna go to race. I knew the race thing was coming up.
Only because they have a reputation, Jones.
All right, I have a. My wife says that reputation is not true, but I don't know if that's her just humoring me or not. It's true. All right, I got grab bag stories.
All right, grab bag. Hold on 1 second here. Grab bag.
Here's some thoughts we pulled right out of our hats. And by hats, you know what I mean. It's the Beyond the Routine grab bag. Random thoughts from Chris and Jones.
Wait, you have random thoughts?
Students attending one preschool in Massachusetts are no longer allowed to call each other best friends.
Oh yeah, this story pisses me off. I didn't want to. Yeah. Real quick, the DMV has assaulted Juno by marking him as a donor, even though he said no. They made him a donor against his will.
You're donating whether you want to or not.
Much like Juno, though, when we do die and they go to get our organs, they're just gonna be like, like me and Juno's shit is definitely going to science.
It's like, how is this guy even alive?
Right? It's like
Look how pickled that liver is.
They've confirmed that Ozzy Osbourne isn't dead because he has a whole slew of genetic mutations that's keeping him alive and not is preventing him from OD.
Well, it's like Keith Richards. Keith Richards has been dead for 25 years, but is still surviving off the cocaine. Like I've always heard that joke.
Yeah. It's
Do you not want to talk about this story? Will this trigger you too much?
It's just bad.
Go ahead.
So the
Go
reason
ahead.
that I picked this story is because it triggered me in the same exact way that it triggered Jones. How? So basically, what do you think the reason they can't call each other best friends are?
Boy, girl.
Nope.
No, it's so other kids don't feel excluded. When I say Jones is my best friend, then little Tommy's gonna be like, "What?"
It's the whole thing of everybody has to get a trophy too, right? It's that same mentality, except this is like it on steroids. It's now we can't have best friends. You can't say
Because then
best
the
friends.
other friends don't feel like they're
Well,
the
then all
best.
the other students feel excluded, and they want to go sit in a corner. And
I remember when I was in high school, there was this freaking little.
Is this a whole school?
Can you say the TWAT word without being offensive?
Twat?
There was this little freaking twat at my school that tried to get them to outlaw cliques. So cliques should be
God.
illegal.
okay, we're skating an edge. We used the word twat, and then we immediately followed it with one that was way too close to something else.
Cliques.
Thank you.
Cliques. That's not a hard T.
I'm freaking out a little here.
Yeah, so she tried to outlaw cliques. If they got...
CLICKS.
All right, moving on.
He's just saying it on purpose now.
Clicks,
Hey, look,
clicks.
Raj joined. What's up, Raj? And Ash. Hi, Ash.
Raj.
All right, yeah. So, and let's stay on this topic because I want to go back to Starbucks. Starbucks, yeah. There's no excuse.
They fucked up.
Horrible thing.
No,
right?
you know what? I'm going to land on the other side of this. Who the fuck cares? There's 175,000 people that work at Starbucks. Just because they're such a woke company doesn't mean that everything that they have to do is woke. Why is it that one
Yeah, and then,
incident
Granted, yeah.
becomes this thing?
It
One
was-
incident.
It was an employee, right? It wasn't like the
One
entire
employee.
chain came out and said, if you're a person of color, you can't use our bathrooms.
In
right?
fact, remember 2 years ago when they were getting in trouble because they wanted their employees to talk about race, right?
Right.
So it's like, yeah. Anyway,
But
The
along those
arrest thing
same
was
lines,
ridiculous, though. I mean, you
it
heard
was
about
ridiculous.
That. That
It
one
was 100% ridiculous. I agree, it was ridiculous. But I also don't. I just don't get why everyone's like, well, now we gotta fuck Starbucks. I'm
no,
banning
no.
Starbucks.
The reaction-
and
the
then
reaction's been
Starbucks
over
has
the
to come
top.
out and be like, no, we're gonna do all this racial sensitivity, which is all just a fucking boat and pony show anyway.
yeah,
dude.
it's just to make the media happy, and so the
'Cause of
media
one
will say they're
employee.
making it happen. Yeah,
Well, but that's the overreaction to the left every time anything happens now, right?
Well, the thing
Instead
is-
of realizing that it was one asshole, they blame society, they blame the
It's not
company,
just the
they blame
left
all
though.
this
If the right comes out in the same way, like they both
but
come out and like
In this one, it's the left. You're right. It's the other way.
Why
it's
can't we
the
just
right.
think about this
Whenever
wrestling?
somebody
It's
mentions-
one employee.
Whenever
It's one
somebody
incident.
mentions guns, it's the right. You know, it's either or, right? But it's
Right.
just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's the overreaction every single time now.
So now there's this I can't remember the guy's name, but there's a black comedian out there going now, going to Starbucks, walking up, videotaping, saying, okay, so you guys don't like black people, I need a free coffee because of this, right? Doing this whole bit of like, yeah, so I need free coffee.
Did you watch
'cause-
the video?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty funny. I'll be honest.
And,
The lady seems so cool. She's just like she knew she was getting recorded, and then she knew she's like, yeah, man, cool. Like she was almost like, yeah, fuck that person that did that.
and I agree. But I think it's just we've taken it to a level now, right?
Yeah.
We're at this place now that is just like,
You cannot get any more left than the company that is Starbucks.
yeah.
So I just don't get it, dude. The Starbucks has been progressively left since they've been a company. And one incident out of 176,000 employees, people are calling to boycott them.
Yeah.
No, that's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Anyway,
Yeah. Nope. I agree.
you know the Planet of the Apes has started?
I saw this, but did the Planet of the Apes have baboons?
I feel like this is the beginning, bro. This is
Okay.
like the prequel to the Planet of the Apes.
Real quick, what's up, Claudia? Hey, Tam. Thanks for joining, babe.
Baboons use 55-gallon barrel to escape from San Antonio research facility, officials say. The fact that it's a research facility is what makes it so great.
Yeah.
If it was just a zoo,
Yeah, it would be different.
Texas Biomedical Research Institute officials are making changes to their enclosure after 4 baboons briefly escaped from the facility on Saturday. The animal care team was able to determine that the baboons rolled a 55-gallon barrel upright near a wall with out of the open air enclosure, then climbed it and allowed them to escape.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah.
And they were like running down the road. People like videotaping them running down the road.
It looked like Jumanji.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
That's awesome. Which, by the way, have you guys seen that movie, Jumanji?
Yes.
I'm in love with that movie.
I fell asleep.
It is so funny.
It
show.
seemed pretty great, but I fell asleep.
It was good.
It just couldn't hold my interest.
It made me laugh. The girl who Jack Black has got to be one of the funniest actors I've ever seen in my life.
He's a good.
You got a handle! Oh my gosh, I just about died.
Yeah,
was
what he's
hilarious.
doing when he's trying to pee and he doesn't know how.
He doesn't know how.
Yeah.
Help me!
That movie made almost
got
$1 billion.
handle, It's great. And then
Anything
then,
The Rock touches is gold, plain and simple.
Make sure you aim. Make sure you aim.
Look how Rampage is doing.
I know, right?
I mean, talk about a movie that is just like the epitome of everything that everybody says about.
and it is horrible.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, but it's still entertaining.
right. Still entertaining. People are sucking it up, loving it, buying the shit out of the tickets, and yeah.
Rampage is already made.
Which, by the way, I went to Movie Pass on that.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Oh, it looks like it's doing really good overseas. It's made $200 million overseas. So that movie's already made $300 million.
Yep.
Rampage.
Rampage, folks. Rampage, the old video game.
Super Troopers do to demolishes expectations.
Oh God, I want to see that movie. Hey, let's go do a movie pass, guys. Okay. And let's do this. Let's do it correctly and choose that we're gonna see Super Troopers on the specific day, and then actually buy that ticket.
Oh my lord!
Okay,
in heaven.
let's do that, guys.
Let's do
We
it.
should do it on a Tuesday. At $5
Why in God's
Tuesday.
name would you want to watch Super Troopers 2 in IMAX 3D in a D-box seat or whatever?
Because it's only $5.
I don't think it has all those things.
Yeah, I don't think
it
that's
has
a thing.
3D, IMAX, or D-Box.
Julie says, "What's up with that Xfinity War?" She's burning herself on that one. She knows.
They, what is the? They have an interactive experience with Super Troopers 2, but it's only available in several states.
Oh God!
Nice.
All right, so my last story today, because I don't think I'm going to do the story below this, the crypto story.
Oh, we didn't ever play. Did we play the grab bag thing? We played the grab bag thing.
We
right?
did.
We did.
So I don't know if you want to pull this one up, because do you want to show the video?
Oh yeah, we need to show the video because I found that I spent a lot of time making this work. Y'all be so proud. All right,
Y'all.
so let's give him a background on what the story is, and then we'll play the news story. Actually,
A woman blew every last cent of her father's inheritance within just 9 months, spending $150,000 on drugs. No,
Oh my gosh.
$220,000 US apparently.
yeah, 220,000
On drugs.
US on drugs.
So her name's Brodie Bond. She's from Morwell, Australia. She successfully fought for a huge slice of her father's will, $220,000. So I'm assuming that $150,000 is probably after taxes, maybe. But rather than using the money wisely, she blew it in less than a year. Out of that money, probably $150,000 went to ICE in less than a year. So is that meth?
Yeah, crystal meth.
So she also spent $70,000 on alcohol, clothes, and a car, which she later crashed.
Because she was high. All right. So here's the news story.
Her father was estranged, and she fought for a chunk of his estate and then blew it all on drugs.
Blew it all on drugs. Bravo. Was it like
Probably why she wasn't in the will.
Was
in
it
the
like
first place.
was it like a final FU to her dad just to say, "Ha, leave me out. I'm going to get it anyways." Here we go.
So she contested the will and was successful, scoring a $220,000 payday. The money could have heralded the start of a new life for the 28-year-old, but she blew every last cent of the inheritance on clothes and drugs.
Out of that money, probably
she's a winner. Give her a
$150,000
look. Huh?
went to us in
How
less than a
about
year.
that?
Where were you shopping?
All the big clothes shops, Supre, JJ's, Western West, Kmart.
All the big clothes shops.
And just wait till you see how she celebrated the
Kmart
cash
something else
windfall.
over there?
A current affair tonight at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh my lord in heaven, that is so bad.
The reason that I had to play this on there is that when she's like, all the big clothes shops, Kmart. And I'm like, wait, what? Is Kmart something else in the UK? Is that different?
That's high
Australia.
quality, baby.
Or Australia, I mean, yeah.
Down under.
Down under.
Kmart has a
Juno
big
said even
presence.
he couldn't spend that much money on drugs in 9 months. So I feel like, I know he's already winning, but but I feel like this is a pretty funny fucking comment too. Movie pass. Chris is like, Dave, let's do a movie pass. Dave is like, movie, I'll pass.
Oh, did Purvis just
Damn.
move back into the lead on the comment thing? That's pretty good.
Who was winning before?
Daryl B. Long
was
with
pretty
the I
funny.
shaved my balls for this.
Just for this story.
So I think as it stands now, we have Purvis in the lead, and the title of the show is Movie Pass.
I'll pass.
I'll pass.
There you go.
There you go.
I like it.
Oh,
So-
the big shops at Kmart.
The only other story I have, since we do have a little bit of time left,
I got a couple, too.
Did you hear the Nasdaq was talking about becoming is open to becoming the crypto exchange?
Crypto exchange. Yeah, I read that today. Actually, it's really
That'd be pretty
interesting.
cool.
Yeah,
Big deal.
Yeah.
be interesting to see if that actually happens because that's a huge government thing there. So
All right, you got quick hits,
lots
Dave?
of regulation. I got quick hits or I got stories, whichever you want to do.
Let's do quick hits.
Quick hits. Here we go.
3, 2.
He hangs around on every show for the chance to give you the quickest view of the world. It's Dave with Quick Hits.
Okay. A monkey can't sue over copyright infringement of his selfies because he's not human and therefore has no standing to do so, a federal appeals court ruled on Monday. On Thursday, a 20-year-old resident of Grand Junction, Colorado, was bitten by a shark while boogie boarding off the island of Kauai, Hawaii. This is less than a year after Mr. McWilliams was attacked by a 300-pound black bear while camping in Boulder, Colorado.
He was also bit by a snake this year, too.
A California city is under siege from tumbleweeds. Victorville, located 60 miles northeast of L.A., has been invaded by the wind-blown objects. Footage shows the weeds tumbling down the street and stacking up against homes, forming two-story mounds that block some residents inside. Many residents had to call 911 for help.
That's scary.
A stinking trainload of human waste from New York City is stranded in a tiny Alabama town, spreading stench like a giant backed-up toilet.
Ugh.
Mayor Heather Hall said, "Oh my goodness, it's just a nightmare here. It smells like rotting corpses or carcasses. It smells like death." Some visitors to the Detroit Zoo will soon be able to add animal droppings to their souvenir list. A free bucket of 5 pounds of animal manure, dubbed Detroit Zoo Poo, will be handed out on April 14th as part of the zoo's Green Fest celebration. The event precedes Earth Day and will showcase how the zoo recycles waste. And the last story. A Texas man who pleaded guilty to stealing more than $1.2 million in fajitas
Oh, my God.
while acting as a public servant has been sentenced to 50 years in prison.
How long does it take to steal $1.2 million in fajitas?
He started in 2008.
Yeah, he's been doing it for 10 years. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I
Impressive.
have every single place you get your stories from. Because every single one of those stories I was going to put in the BtR.
Hold on,
notes.
I had a-
almost all of
I
them.
technically have two more, but they were kind of longer, so I didn't do them. Did you see the new addition to the Lego? They've added the baby to the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. They just had a baby, right?
Yeah.
Prince Harry,
Yeah.
or was it? No, it's Prince William, right?
I thought they named it Arthur. Maybe not.
Well, I mean, he and his wife.
Let's
right?
go.
Oh,
let's
yeah.
go, let's
The
go
Duke
back
and
to
Duchess
the
of
logistics of $1.2 million in fajitas.
Okay, 1.2 million fajitas.
Oh, fajitas.
So he was ordering-
1.2 million dollars in fajitas.
In fajitas.
Yes.
So you'd think I read that story and I was like, well,
How
he
much
must-
is like fajitas in a restaurant? $12, right?
Where
Let's
the-
say $12.
How is he selling people fucking fajitas for 10 years and no one thinks that's weird?
He's ordered fajitas through the state,
Takes them home.
takes them home, and sells them. I presume they're the prepackaged frozen fajitas, and he's selling them to some food distributor or somebody.
I don't know enough people that I could sell $1.2 million worth of fajitas for.
That's why
This
I don't-
guy should be in multi-level marketing. The fact that he has that many people that he can sell these fajitas to and nobody raises
He
a red
has a
flag.
hell of a network.
Yeah,
You know-
he has a network like nobody's business,
What
dude.
got me
Oh,
the
by the
most
way, he's
is-
also a pot dealer, so that's what it comes from. He's like,
Hey man, you want some fajitas
I
with
bet
that?
you want some
You want
fajitas,
some
don't you?
fajitas? Try a sample and then have some fajitas afterwards. It's cool, man. You know, you can pay me for the fajitas later, bro.
I got 50 years in prison for that too. 50 years.
Yeah, but it's in fucking like Australia or something like that, so it'll be out in
No,
like
no,
3
that's
years.
in Texas.
Oh, is it?
That's Texas, baby. Down there, bottom story. A Texas man.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
I
he's
didn't realize it was
Texas, buddy.
I saw that one. The poo's been fixed, by the way.
Yeah.
They took the train poo away.
They took the train of poo away. It's from New York.
Juno
Why
says-
does New York ship their poo someplace else?
Juno says the fajita guy's probably taking it in the ass now. We always got to go back to the ass.
All right, now Brandon needs to say something about my ass.
It's just a thing.
I love it. It's good stuff. Did you know the Rapture is going to happen this year?
Again?
Yep.
It already happened. Well, I played a trick on the last.
No, it's supposed to happen sometime between May and December.
Oh, okay. Because there was a rapture thing the other day too, and I turned off all the power in the house right when it was supposed to happen, and Yana was like, "No, I'm not even." Like you just hear Yana like, "Oh my god, dude," from upstairs. I can't even. That's what she said. Oh my god, dude. I can't even.
I love it. That's good stuff. Yep.
All right.
I like the zoo handing out poo. You want your 5-pound bucket of poo? Go to the Detroit
Zoo poo.
Detroit
Detroit Zoo Poo.
As if it isn't shitty enough to live in Detroit. I've been to that zoo. I've been to the Detroit
I think
Zoo
there's a definite market there for all zoos, though, right? Like selling the exotic animal shit. There's got to be a market for that.
There's 100% someone like that's their
Someone would
fetish,
want
though.
that, but not
Yeah.
me.
Well, no,
What are you going to do with it?
well, there's-
Fertilizer?
Yeah, well, not just fertilizer, but you just send it to somebody.
I don't think you can do that.
I would totally just be like, "Hey, yeah, can I get 5 pounds of elephant shit?"
Well, you know what
All
we
right,
need
awesome.
to do?
Send it to this address.
We need to get like 50 people to go to the Detroit
6599
Zoo,
Alina.
and then we need to ship all of that to Mark Zuckerberg.
That too. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Juno confirms the rapture is June something.
Yeah, she was talking about that one too, but then she told me about that one. I'm like, I have an idea, and exactly at 9 o'clock, I shut everything off.
So this guy, he refuses to give a date because he's been wrong on all the others he's given.
Yeah, why do they keep giving dates?
Yeah. So now he decided to take a broader view, and he says it's going to be sometime between May and December.
Wasn't there something about if you touched the temple, you wouldn't get raptured or something?
The temple here?
No,
Yeah.
no, not here. No.
No.
Mormons don't really believe in the rapture.
Well,
It's
no.
a Christian thing.
I thought that it seemed like there was the temple thing.
Mormons
I
are
don't know.
Christians.
What?
Mormons are Christians.
Yeah, but they're not those kind of rapture-y Christian people.
I got you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Sorry.
Mormons don't believe in hell.
Nope.
You know, the Pope recently got in some hot water for that.
I'm
The Pope came
I'm
out.
blaming Dave, Julie. Sorry.
What?
If we get a shipment of elephant shit, she's coming for me. It was Dave.
Right
It was totally Dave.
to the. Hey, it's for your garden.
We'll do good things for your garden, I'm sure. Like,
Oh, that's good,
good
stuff.
stuff.
All right.
All right,
are we done?
that's it.
I think we're done.
I don't have anything in there.
Zupu wraps it up.
Zupu wraps it up. So the winning comment does go to Purvis, I believe.
Movie pass.
Movie pass, all
All
pass.
pass.
That's the title of the episode.
Way to go, Purvis. You win these 2 exotic, wonderful
Holy shit, the
toys.
Jazz are losing by 8 points,
Check
dude.
that out.
The Jazz are losing by 8 points with 54 seconds left.
Shaq called it.
There you go. See,
I was
Shaq
talking
called
so much shit, Shaq. Shaq, if you're listening, I'm really sorry, big guy. I was talking so
Is
much
this
shit.
Purvis's first win, or it seems
He
like
won. He's the first time second winner. He won the first one.
He won the first one. That's
it.
right.
Very nice. Okay.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening. We will catch you next week.
Thanks for listening to Beyond the Routine, brought to you by our friends at Bastion Technologies and Protocol 42.
Love you guys.
Peace.
Damn, the Jazz really choked.